This episode is dedicated to the memory of Michael Allen Baker.
Hi, I'm Julee Ireland, and I'm on the Coriolis Effect with Cory Oliver, and we're going to talk all about my home renovation school.
Welcome to the Coriolis Effect with Cory Oliver.
Hi guys, I'm Cory Oliver. Thanks for watching the Coriolis Effect. Please hit the subscribe button below, and we hope you like this episode.
Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Cory. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. It's been a week or two, right?
Yes, I think you've been to Vegas. You came back. You're like this jet setter. I
work in Vegas. It's not like I went there to go gamble, but
No. Yes, right. And
by jet setter, you mean my car?
Your car.
I jet setted my car out to Vegas.
I love getting texts from you though, because they're like random, and it's like, I'll give you diamonds, give you pearls, I'll give you anything. And I'm like, I love that song. Or is he actually saying that's what he'll do? But then I realized you sent a picture and you had met
the lead singer of Dramarama.
And by the way, I want to say, I remember that song very much, but I did not remember who sang it. So I was, Googling it while I was reading your text. And then it obviously, the beauty of the internet came right up.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we were doing a show and it was a real cool guy. He had a big black cowboy hat and he was just wandering around by himself. And somebody said, somebody told me that's the singer of Dramarama. And we're all like, no, really? Yeah, it is. So I just went up to him. I said, did you sing for Dramarama? He said, I still do. I said, great. I immediately put my phone out, took a picture of it, and then sent it to everybody I knew with the lyrics of that song.
Insert here.
Yeah. That was a great song. And it's a song where, and I'll play like 8 seconds of it here, but it's a song where as soon as it starts playing, everybody gets out and starts bopping up. You can't sit still in that song.
I added it to my karaoke list.
And it's only 4 chords. It's the same 4 chords that repeat the entire song, but it's so poppy. And the guitar lead is literally 3 notes, just back and forth, but it's such a great, great song.
It's awesome. I love it. So thank you for the memory lane.
You're welcome. Okay. So who's on our show now?
Well, right
Swedish
now,
guy from the Muppets?
coming in is Julee Ireland, and she happens to be a friend of mine. Who I absolutely love dearly. She is an amazing woman. She is one of the most creative people I know. She has a new school, and it's called Home Renovation School.com, and we'll put that here, and we'll talk about it. It's all things home renovation today. She's also a television host, and fun fact, she was a former Los Angeles Raider.
I know.
And so we're going to put that photo in here, too, because she is just one of the most amazing.
You don't have to say we're going to put the photo in here.
I do, because,
I just do it.
Don't I? Did you put that photo in? Nope, it's already edited. Goodbye.
Well, there's sometimes I'm a little busy, but no, you don't say we're going to put it here. It's there. It's already there.
And then maybe on our next intro, we can talk about your new podcast.
What new podcast?
I love you, Bob.
Love you too, Cory.
Okay.
All right, see you in a minute.
Okay.
This episode is sponsored by Brizo Healthy Fruit Tonic. With Manuka honey and apple cider vinegar, less than 4 grams of sugar, and under 35 calories per can, each of Brizo's 4 flavors not only taste great, they are an excellent source of vitamin C. Brizo boosts your immune system and is great for your post-workout recovery. Brizo, available on Amazon and at brizo.com.
So really excited about my friend Dominique Panassi's new sexymetals.com site. She was my co-star in Beverly Hills Pawn, and we worked alongside each other for 3 years, and I'm just so proud of her. She has a new site called sexy-metals.com. It is a unique estate treasures in gold, platinum, silver, diamond, and gemstone. She has a promo code Cory10. That's Cory10. Cory10 is the promo code for sexymetals.com, sexy-metals.com, and you will receive a discount. She has everything from engagement rings to mini gold hoops to Cartier. She has estate jewelry. She has memorabilia. I mean, there's just cuffs and chains and earrings and signed pieces, brooches and pins, sterling, charms, necklace and pendants. She's got collars. She just has a ton of beautiful items that come with a story. Most of them come with a story. Look at that Tiffany hammered sterling pendant. Wow, that was beautiful. And they're really reasonably priced. That was like $400 for anything Tiffany. For $400 is a great price. And she has a lot of vintage things on her site, and it's just easy to navigate, and it's beautifully designed. So I encourage you to just stop by and see if you could find something for your loved one. It's very reasonable. She has high ticket items and affordable prices. It is sexy-metals.com. I might have to get that little pearl crown charm pendant.
I love that, though. Who made that?
I
I do. A friend of mine that sells jewelry, I think she just buys her stuff downtown.
Oh,
but
it's beautiful,
Isn't
though.
it pretty?
Yes.
Yeah, I could give you her info.
It's so pretty.
I buy like some jewelry and stuff from her.
Gorgeous.
Hey, let's start the show.
Oh, okay.
Stop banging on the table. Let's start the show. Stop banging on the table.
Good morning, everyone. We have Julee Ireland in studio on the Coriolis Effect with Cory Oliver and Bob Victor.
Yes.
Bob.
Hi, Bob. I love
Not sure if
that.
that was for her or for me.
And we have a huge audience, too, by the way.
I know. I'm very, very excited because Julee is one of my friends, dear friends, and I...
Wait a minute. Go ahead.
I was waiting for you to do that. We go way back. Our kids went to school together,
Yes.
and we've done projects together. And I just think you're one of the greatest human beings that I know. Here I go.
So special.
Oh, no, you
Don't
are,
cry because
though.
you're going to make me cry.
You are.
See, she cries, then I cry.
I know
and
she cries.
We all cry.
You are, and I've had the privilege of being invited to some very special moments in your life, and
Yes.
which I am so grateful and honored to be just your
Hey, I have
friend.
a
And so
question.
I love you.
I love you,
Starbucks
too.
Become a sponsor.
Today. Actually, I'm going to give you a little fun fact about Starbucks. Julee texts me on the way over. This is how kind she is. I know you don't even know I'm going to share this, but I'm going to. And she literally said, "Can I get you and Bob a Starbucks?" And I thought, how sweet. That's so kind.
Oh,
Thank you.
I think that's just normal.
A little plug for Starbucks, but also a giant thank you to you for,
Aw.
thinking of us. Anyway.
Very sweet of you.
Yes, very sweet of you. You know the show. We have a word of the day. It's usually a fear-based word, a phobia. And Bob is most likely looking it up right now as we speak because he's panicking. and
That's a fair
so
word.
I'll just go really
I'm not
slow.
looking it up. I'm trying to type it in so that,
The fear of coffee.
yes, that's
Okay.
exactly what it is. All right,
You get to guess it.
We have a phobia word. Let's see if you can guess this one.
Okay.
Oops.
Opus autophobia.
Opus autophobia.
Opus autophobia.
That has to do with a really fine wine and the fear of drinking the whole bottle.
Okay. Wait a second. I was literally going to say, because that's like the only wine I know that's really good, Opus One. And that's a really good guess.
I would think like the fear of Greek wine.
Right?
What do the Greeks drink? Ouzo.
Ozo,
Fear
yes,
of ouzo.
yes.
Yeah. Opa. And
Yes.
I would say the fear of renovating a home.
Guess again.
Fear of cheerleading.
Guess again.
No.
All right. So if you listen to the show, it always relates to the guest.
Oh.
Quiet, Tinks.
That's why I said the fear of renovating and the fear of cheerleading.
Yes.
Close to renovating.
Okay.
Think-
Remodeling.
Think
Demoing.
Opus, think opus, and then auto. What does auto mean?
Well,
It can mean a
You
lot of things. It
drive
can mean
it?
park,
In
mean
Greek, it means yourself.
oh.
the fear of yourself,
The fear of
And
yourself?
opus means work.
the fear of working on yourself.
Close.
Okay, can you just tell
The
us the
fear,
answer?
the fear of
People
doing
wanna
it
know.
yourself.
DIY.
Which, by the way, Julee has a book, a DIY book, which we won't go totally into because, that's like a whole other show, but it's a fantastic book. I highly recommend
Thank you.
getting a copy of it by Julee Ireland.
DIY on the fly.
Yes, it's DIY on the fly. So this woman, Julee, I'm going to speak to you, right to you. You remember her because we
I do
worked with her
remember
on
her,
the set of another show that we did. And you
Oh, that show.
come up with the most incredible things. You are so creative, and she'll just be like, "Oh yeah, we'll just go boom, boom, boom," and then all of a sudden it's just this magnificent art piece. And you've decided. I'm going through a little bit of your story, and I want you to tell all of it. But you played, or you were a cheerleader 1 year for the LA Raiders, 4 years for the Seahawks, and 1 year.
I was the lead dancer in the Bermuda Follies. So,
In the triangle?
yeah, I lived in Bermuda and danced in the Bermuda Follies.
Really?
The longest running show in Bermuda. Like,
Wow. Ran a whole year?
it was so much fun.
That's great.
It's
Yeah.
incredible, right? So we have photos that are,
Yeah, my 20s were fun.
yeah.
They
These
were
make them
super
look-
fun.
That's amazing. Well, tell us about that.
Yeah.
Your cheerleading days. Like, how did you get into? We're going to talk about a lot of things. You about
About
your.
$35 a game you made for cheerleading.
Well, no, but
actually, it was 50,
I was gonna
but
say
you were
50, but yeah.
close.
that's a lot of money then.
Well, things have changed
For
now.
the 12 hours of work you put in for each game? Sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's actually a lot of work. I think people don't realize what goes into it. There's, 3 or 4 practices a week.
A week?
Yes.
New dance routines every week?
Oh, my gosh. I think I had maybe 30 dances in my noggin before you hit those sidelines. So people don't even really understand. And there's an order to the music. So when a certain song comes on, there's what they call blurbs in between, which are little short, whenever there's
what
little
songs
time.
are going to come on when they come on? Or you start hearing it and you go,
Well,
32!
We have like a little list that would be taped to our palms.
Cheat sheet.
To our pom-poms. Yeah, a little
to
cheat
your
sheet.
Pom-poms, not your hand palms, your pom-poms.
And
Okay.
then, at the 2
Well, the quarterback now, they have the thing on their arm. They have every play and they fold it over, right? What a bunch of cheaters.
Same kind of thing. And every 2-minute warning, we had a 2-minute dance. We had pregame. We had halftime. It's a lot.
I was a cheerleader in the 8th grade, and I'm obviously dyslexic, and I can't
I'm sorry, I'm giving you a signal off
know.
camera. You're
Oh,
laughing.
yeah.
I'm saying take your watch off because it keeps banging.
I saw it.
But I can't imagine memorizing all those things. I'd be on 6 dances down if it was all by numbers. That's amazing.
My brain has the capacity to remember 60 songs. If I learn a new song, I've lost one song.
Really?
Because I do that all the time. Yeah, so before every show, I just rehearse the songs and bring them back into memory. But I know I can remember 60 songs. And on my iPad, I have the charts of all this in case I need to do it. But if somebody says learn a song, I'm like, I wonder what song I lost to learn this one. Yeah, it's a box that holds 60 songs and that's it. So.
Oh my God. Well, that's incredible. Well, then how did you? We're going to talk about your home renovation school, but I want to talk a little bit about the cheerleading thing because that's fascinating. It was an auditioning process, right? You didn't just.
Oh my gosh, hundreds and hundreds.
Every year too. You have to re-audition every year, right?
You do, yeah. And
no tenure, no job is safe.
No, and that's right. I remember when I tried out for the Raiders, there were at least 600 or 700 people.
It's a big deal.
And there were just a few slots because technically, once you've made it, you kind of continue, as long as you're a model cheerleader, and you represent the team and the city well, you'll make it back. But
so then you went to Seattle?
Well, I was in Seattle first because I'm born and raised in Seattle.
So when you were traded to L.A., what did they get for you?
Well,
did they trade the cheerleaders?
I don't think
they should do that. Well, they do it for the teams. Why don't they do it for the cheerleaders?
If a player goes, the player gets to pick one cheerleader to go with them.
No. I'm saying is that the GM says, "I'll give you Smith and you give me Jones," and they do a trade.
Yeah.
And you say, "Look, I need a cheerleader out on the right who can hold up another cheerleader. Or I'll give you Sally and you give me Beth." There ought to be trades like that.
Yes. But Julee is creative. So you took that energy from cheerleading and you're a television host. You are a writer, a producer. You've written books. You've created products, many products for some of Hollywood's finest. And you are now doing, which I love, a home renovation school. And it's homerenovationschool.com.
Yes.
And you're if this will probably, hopefully this will air about the same time you're launching, which is in a couple of weeks. But it says on your Instagram, you're a house whisperer and a sneaker lover. I love that.
Half the country doesn't know what sneakers are, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, they call them tennis shoes. Back east, it's sneaker.
Right, but I'm gonna actually just say that you really do get in and down and dirty. I've seen your videos. We'll play some of those where you are in with a big giant rubber mallet and you are doing the demo, and you're finding new space. You are just an incredible designer. What made you come up with this home renovation school?
I think just first of all, I'm so passionate about it. I live and breathe design, building, real estate investment. I love it so much. And with over 20 years of experience, I'm always helping people. People are always asking. It's in my nature, it's in yours too. I'm always being asked questions on Instagram and everything and helping people. So with all the 20 years of experience, I just thought, wait a minute. And actually my late husband really wanted me to do this. My Instagram has grown so much and I focused a lot on that. And he really wanted me to take my knowledge and put it into a course and launch it. So in August, I started writing it. and I've put it all together now, and I've filmed it and everything. And I'm just excited to teach people all the tips and tricks of the trade that I've learned. You know, you don't have to spend a lot of money to achieve a designer look. And I think that everybody should love their home and everybody should have a beautiful space. And so that's really the motivation behind it.
And you know, I think it's like, it's for me, I can go into a space and I'll look at a house or it's full of clutter. A lot of people have a lot of things on their walls or, you know, a lot of furniture, and I can't see the vision, but I know what I want. And so one of my questions to you is that it's very overwhelming when walking into a space that you're either going to flip or you're going to renovate.
Yeah.
And what would you say to someone, a couple, or, you know, they say that if you can last through a renovation as a couple, your marriage will last forever, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so hard. What would you say that your school starts with? You know, you sign up, and we'll talk about how you sign up and
right.
the different levels if there are. And what would you say to someone who's just overwhelmed, and how would your school particularly help them pare down, modify, you know, does it help search for contractors? Do you help with the budget? Tell us a little bit about what you would provide for someone like me who I can't make a decision. If you get 3 toilets in front of me, I don't know which one to pick. I can't. I'm just not that great at that. But you are. You see it. You have a vision. Are you hands-on with each client?
Yeah, so there's 12 modules. There's actually 10 and 2 bonus modules. So I have a process that I use on my own projects. And so that's what I'm teaching my students. And I think, you know, I'm kind of a neat freak and a little bit of an organized type of a person. And
I've been to her house, and she is. It's meticulous.
So I think I start at the beginning with acquisitions and budgets, and even teaching a little bit about how to read blueprints, just the parts that you really need to know, like how to read a floor plan and electrical, and then take you through each step a little bit at a time. So if you follow my process, you won't be overwhelmed. So
yeah, that's one of the things that I loved about this, is that if for someone like me who I know what I want, I have the vision,
yeah.
but getting from here to there, to make a decision on something, it's overwhelming for me. I'm not normal in that regard. And so something like this would help someone like me navigate easily through the process.
Yeah, and in the beginning too, I teach you kind of how to define your design style. You should take my quiz. I'm going to send you my quiz. That will help.
Give it to me now. Oh, you can't. You got to go on the school.
Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, it's first you need to kind of understand what is your design style. Mm-hmm. And, you know, a lot of people, they spend hours and hours, you know, perusing on Pinterest, you know, and pinning photos and just wishing and dreaming and hoping. And I'm here to show you how to stop dreaming and start building, like right now.
No, I love that.
Because you can.
And I think 9 times out of 10 when I call you, you're either en route to Houston, because you do a lot of renovations in Houston.
Yep.
Or on your way back from doing a renovation in Houston. And so it's so amazing to me that you, and not only you, but other people can multitask and do these things from here nowadays, and get a lot done. And so would you help people with that process? You know, I mean, it's very difficult to find good contractors and people that you can rely on. And you know, one of the main things that I've seen, even with myself, is getting someone to actually come out when they say they're going to come out, right? Or getting, if you need the hardwoods done before you do the painting, having that done on a certain time, right? Do you give tips on how to light the fire under?
Yes. So I talk about in the beginning hiring. There's a full module that's really about like permitting and finding your crew, and I talk about all the important things on how to vet your crew and everything, because that's important. I mean, and you're right. I mean, you know, you can choose, definitely through my course, by following the process, you can choose to GC yourself, because you'll have which is
general contractor.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So construction is really about organization. It's about time and money management. So I teach that in the course. I give them I will be giving you all the tools that you need. I've given people in the course my budget, my actual budget that I use, I've got like over 100. I've created an entire workbook full of like cheat sheets and worksheets and everything to help guide you and put together a project notebook, which is what I do for all my projects to stay organized. And it's just so important. If you understand the timeline and the order of construction, and then you know what it is you're doing in each space, then you can effectively manage your time and you can stay on budget and you can get it done.
You know, it's just like my wheels are spinning because, you know, when you get married and you go to your bridal shower, a lot of times you'll get a booklet that is to go through all the different steps and who you order first and where you go to you get the venue first and you get the, you know, caterer and the flowers.
Yes.
And brides love going through that and checking things off the list. And like, what a great gift this would be to give someone that is thinking of renovating their house or even a bathroom. It doesn't have to be like your whole home renovation. It can be one room renovation. This would be a great gift to give someone, you know, the workbook and or just I don't know what you'd call it. I don't want to say membership, but, you know, signing it, going to class, going to the school.
Yeah.
That you know, loves this, but is just too overwhelmed by the prospect of, you know, digging in like I am.
Yeah.
You know, I've been wanting to remodel my bathroom for years.
I know we've talked about it.
But it's like I get overwhelmed. I know it's very simple, but I do get overwhelmed. And so I love that you're doing this and you're being proactive and you're helping others.
Yeah. And there's modules, like there's one that specifically is for baths. There's one that's specifically for kitchens.
I love that.
One, I teach you like my process for even planning a pantry. Pantries are so important. They really are. And that is also all about organization. So I'm giving everyone all the tools that they need, and they have access to me too. So I've started a Facebook group called the Home Renovation Hub, and that's the space where I've invited a lot of people in the industry, other women, especially, you know, I'm big on supporting women in this industry because it is a male-dominated industry. I'm not going to lie. It's like, it's a struggle at times, for sure. But this Facebook group is a place where I have a lot of friends and other mentors that are in the group. So we're there to help. It's where you can post your photos. You can ask your questions. You can, of course, always email me too, Julie at the homerenovationschool.com. But, or message me even through my Instagram. So we'll have lots of Q&As and things like that. So it's not like you're buying the course and then I'm gone. I'm there to help guide you. Yes, and I want people to succeed. And if you need help, reach out. Like, I'm here to help.
You are truly accessible. And I just want to say a little side note that it's Julee, Julee.
Yes.
Julie. It's Julee Ireland. Julie.
Yes.
Julie.
My mom did that. She had that bright idea.
I'm always trying to find your email or your phone. I'm like, why is her name not coming up? And then I realize it's under EE. I actually, to your point that it's a male-dominated business, I was a makeup artist on the Home and Family Show 20 years ago. And one of the women that I was a makeup artist with, Michelle DeSense, she got her general contractor license. And she said she's one of very few women that have it. And so having this information accessible to all in a school is just an incredible gift you're giving to everyone because, you know, it's overwhelming. I've gone to Home Depot and I've looked up books and, you know, tried, it's like, there's a lot of knowledge that you've already gone through and navigated yourself through just by being there in the home.
Yeah, I've made those mistakes and learned from them. So now, obviously 20 years later, but the thing with building too is that I always say that a good designer or builder is a good problem solver because no matter what, there's always something on every project. Life is not perfect. Your builds, your renovations, not going to be perfect. As much as you try, there's going to be some challenges like, this isn't square in this corner of the house if it's a renovation, or, the
This
wall's
pipe
crooked in
just
the bathroom.
burst.
Yes, or you open up the walls and you didn't even know there was a leak there, and it happens all the time.
One of my favorite videos, though, that you had posted, because I always follow you in your home renovations, as you were in a bathroom and you were helping a couple, I think, renovate their bathroom, and you had taken out some bench or not, and it was either in the bathroom or it was in a tub. I think you have footage of it too. Yeah, it was a shower bench, and you were so excited that you had like 2 more feet of space.
Yes,
but in a bathroom, that like makes a big deal.
2 feet is huge in a bathroom.
Huge.
So it was underneath a window.
Yes.
And they had just built in, like, okay, first of all, I'm sorry, I'm not going to build in a bench in my bathroom next to the toilet. What am I, to go sit there? Like,
well, it was
not
just
for you,
weird.
It's for
somebody else wants to sit there and talk to you while you're
exactly.
on the road.
It was just weird, and I was like, so my contractor and I pulled it apart, and I'm like, what is that thing? Like, is there a chase running through there or something? Because usually when you see fur downs or things like that, it's okay. Well, there's the HVAC or something's running through there. We pulled it out, and no, I was like, oh my gosh, 2 feet, bigger shower.
I got excited for you guys. I'm like,
that's so excited.
Feet,
I'm like, yes. See, that's the kind of stuff so that whole bathroom, I got 2 extra feet, which was huge. I mean, absolutely huge. Made such a difference in the transformation of that bathroom. But that's the kind of fun stuff that happens when you're renovating, when you open up walls. I mean, I'm constantly building into attic space too. That's my favorite thing, is to find value in square footage, opening up those walls. Yeah,
and
you
it's
can
a shame
find
out here they don't have basements, but a basement was 50% of your house.
Oh,
because it was the entire size of the first floor.
Oh, yes.
So everybody back east makes up their basement, and it's another room.
Yeah.
Or a series of rooms.
Yeah.
And the old houses, when you go up to the attics, I've seen attics where they've got like 4 or 5 rooms in the attic, because the attic, again, is also generally the size of the house.
Yeah, and if it's tall enough in there, I love to use attic space for, it makes a fun space for kids or whatever. You can open up part of it, make a loft, whatever. There's so many things that you can do. One of the bonus modules that I have talks all about creative use of space and adding value to your home. Because if you can find those livable spaces, that increases the overall value of your house, because now you've increased your square footage. Very important when you're renovating.
It is. And I look at my bathroom and I go, excuse me, I'm like, why is there, you've seen my bathroom, that wall there's like a whole big giant space of nothing. And it's like you can't get to it, you can't put anything up there, and it's just not usable. And I'm like, why would they build like that? It's interesting how.
Even like on top of the closet?
On top of the cupboard, yes. Yeah, it's just interesting. So, but I'm so excited. I just want to dive into your website. Can we pull your website, or is it not up yet?
Oh, yeah, no, it's up.
Because I'd love to pull it up and have it here so we could take a look at it on
Talk amongst yourselves.
HomeRenovation.com.
HomeRenovationSchool.com.
I'm sorry, HomeRenovationSchool.com. Yes, I have that written down.
Yeah.
So I'm coughing.
So what's great, me too, like I'm trying to get over this darn cold that
it's a
I
tickle.
had. I know, right? So the other thing with the schools, I wanted to make it totally affordable. And there's other courses out there and they charge so much money, and it's like, I want people all over to be building their dream homes and to love it.
By the way, can you get to the school without signing up?
And here's the thing.
Yeah, you can go to HomeRenovationSchool.com.
That's where I am.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Well, and so here's the thing
yes,
that's
you can
great
go all
about
the way
it
to the top.
Is if
It
you're
goes all the way
renovating
up.
your own home, you do have a budget, and so making the school aspect affordable for people is a big deal. So
Yeah.
look how beautiful your
Here's
site
my
looks
little
like, Julie.
my little promo video.
I love it. I know there's a pause here, but we're actually watching the.
Or building your dream home just like a pro. Whether you're starting from scratch or making an existing space more swoon-worthy.
Wow, this looks really great. I
Step by step.
don't know if you guys are just listening. Take a peek over to Home Renovation School.
There you go. Touches and everything in between. So, If you want to know how to design, renovate, flip, or build the home of your dreams, making high-end luxury spaces at DIY prices, then Home Renovation School is for you. I'll see you inside.
That's Ghostbusters. We're here to save you.
I
Exactly.
love that. So you can kind of navigate your way through this and read about you. It's a beautiful site. Oh my gosh, Julie, I'm very excited about this. I'm going to sign up. I'm gonna. Maybe we should do a whole series of me trying to do my own
You could
bathroom.
DIY your bathroom.
I could, and
with
you know,
following my
footage.
course.
we had Kylie Carter and Andrew Carter on the show, and I follow her, and she is literally in her bathroom. She goes from the beginning to end. She did it all herself. All of course. So it's a
Nice.
smaller bathroom, but she did it all herself, and I thought of you. I was like, oh my gosh. So when you sign up, you can sign up. Let's see, you can. I'm just looking at your site right now. Gosh, your website looks so
this
beautiful.
covers this will show all the different modules here, so you can read about the main bullet points in each module. I'm going to grab
Yes,
the Kleenex
please do.
'cause in California, my
It's allergies.
allergies
know.
are like
Oh,
crazy.
they're at home.
That's this is actually an active project that I'm doing. That's a house that I designed. It's out in Rosenberg. It's beautiful. We've just we've just framed. It's
That's the artist
foundation.
rendering in the house, right?
Yeah, that's the rendering.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. Well, it's got. We built a pool and we've
Hey,
got
Cory,
a
hurry
pool
up, you're like
house.
16 days, 8 hours, 44 minutes, and 50
That's
seconds.
right.
I'm like, I need to
Before
I
it
need
goes to
get-
full price.
I'm going to. I'm going to sign up because I would really like to do my bathroom. I know that like a large part of it is the demoing, though, right? Like just getting the old out and having
Well,
another
that's the fastest
space.
part. That's done in a day.
2 guys, a couple hammers, please.
Done.
I'll have that,
Out.
I'll have that
You're
house raised.
hired, Bob.
I'll have that house raised. I'm not hauling away the garden. I'll have it raised in a minute. Yeah.
But
Do you get to drive one of those big cranes and knock everything down, or?
No, not me
Everything's by
personally.
hand?
I don't drive the heavy equipment, but I do drive the hammers and things like that.
But when you knock, well, have you ever done a total raising of a building, where they get either the wrecking ball or they get the scooper and just take out the house?
No, not with a scooper, but I have definitely taken houses. Actually, the house that I use as an example in my course, that was a house that I completely demoed and started from scratch with foundation and everything.
Was that one in Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, you see a lot of those photos throughout, like even the videos and things like that. You'll see, I'll share a lot of that. And also, I just have a project that I finished up in San Carlos, which is beautiful too. I was a designer on that. There was another designer that did the furnishings and the lighting in that house, but people get to see that house too because it's just gorgeous. Like,
How do you find your houses? You know?
yeah,
Google Maps.
Well, I'm just saying, like, a lot of people will stay in one area. They'll stay just in Houston, or they'll just do, close to where they are.
Yeah.
How do you find your project? How did you find this house in San Carlos?
Well, that's a client. So there's two parts to my business. There's me, the real estate investor, buying, flipping, buying and holding type of thing. And then there's just clients too. Like the house that we were just looking at there, that's a client. So I'm doing the design for that. So architecturally, no, this is the house that I built from the ground up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's a great fireplace.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And it goes up. Those ceilings in that house are 25 feet tall.
Really?
And then I did a wood, ceiling.
Basketball players or what?
Oh, yeah. It's gorgeous. This is a modern farmhouse.
That fireplace is so, it's almost like a mirror, but it's stone.
That's actually a porcelain large format tile that I actually bought at Floor & Decor.
Really?
It's gorgeous. It's now discontinued, but it kind of looks like concrete, like black concrete with a high gloss look. And it goes up 25 feet, so it takes your eye straight up. So I teach people, I'm known for like focal points. I love to create focal points in every space. There's something that I'm going to draw your eye to. And in that space, it was the fireplace and that ceiling. So I wanted to bring your eye up to the wood tray ceiling that I did, which is magnificent. The entire
Is that on
ceiling.
Here? Oh, if you're listening and you're not actually watching the show, take a just while you're listening, pull up on your computer homerenovationschool.com and check out the visuals, because it's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And for someone like me, I keep saying that because I have a hard time committing to, well, not in general.
Anything.
No, I don't.
Husbands.
No, I'm committed to both my husbands very much. Thank you. But as far as like renovating, it took me, and this is a sad admission, but it took me 1 solid year to pick a fabric for my couch. And I finally landed on, I know.
You should have called me.
Well, this was before I even knew. It was before we went to Oaks Christian. And
I would have been, here you go. That's it. We're done.
That's what I'm asking is for people that struggle with making a commitment to a light fixture or a wall fixture or even fireplace. Can you help with that? Can you help? I'm in home renovation mode help right now.
Yeah, so the other thing that I'm offering is consultations. So people will be able to go to my calendar and book me. So if you need a 30-minute or 15-minute consultation at any part within your project, I'm there for you. So if there are a couple fabrics you're not really sure, or a couple tiles, or which direction, Julie, do you think I should go? Then you can book me for consultation. I'm happy to help with that.
Yes.
And it's experience that gets you to where it took me a while to get there. I remember when I first started, I would take a basic tile and I would lay it 2 directions, straight or on a diagonal.
Yeah.
Then I graduated from that, right? Then I was like, oh, wait a minute.
I can put 37 degrees.
Yeah.
Wait, 42 degrees.
I could put a little dot in there or use it. Let me accent that. Then I started doing dots. So it's like everything. It's like taking your first steps, right? You first have to take those steps and you just keep going. And you're going to learn as you go. I talk a lot about trim because good design is in the details. So I do teach in my course all about detail type items to keep your eye out for, like the way that you trim tile in a shower is really important, how things finish off, your hardware, something as small as your hardware is, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. I buy a lot of my stuff on Amazon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can source it on Amazon. I just bought I spent 3 hours last night looking for curtains online because I needed like a 120 length.
Oh, and Bed Bath & Beyond. Girl, Bed Bath & Beyond.
Okay, I didn't even go to there, but 120 length they have.
Yes, because I do long curtains too because I love to kind of puddle them.
I got them on Amazon. I looked on Overstock, I looked on Wayfair, I looked everywhere, and I ended up ordering them on Amazon last night at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's overwhelming. I love that you have all this information. I mean, you have detailed information on this site.
I go so like in depth in my course. Like I've kind of studied. I did a little bit of market research on some other people in the world who are doing courses too, and really, my course is so much more in depth. Like I'm just putting it all out there. I'm not holding anything back at all because I just believe in order for someone to achieve their dream home, they need to know all these little details. They have to understand how to hire a crew. They have to understand the budget. I mean, it's time and money. Those are the 2 most important things in any type of renovation or build because there's holding cost along the way. You're still paying that mortgage or whatever on that property. You want to get it done as quickly as possible, as efficiently as possible, and then achieve the look that you want. So I teach you how to do that. And I give all my sources too. I give a lot of my sources in there and where I personally buy things. So.
And that's a good question or a good subject because a lot of people that have their license, they'll get like 40% discount at, what's it called? That big place, Design Center downtown, right? Isn't it the Pacific Design Center?
The PDC, yeah.
Yes, I've never been there.
PDC if you're in the business.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I've never been there, but my friend Michelle talks about it all the time, and so there are places you can go to get appliances and bathtubs and fixtures, and that are cost effective.
Yeah, so I'm working on I've got a few sponsors and things like that. So I'm working on getting all of those types of sponsors and discounts and coupons and things for my students too. Because I think that's important, you know. But I do give my sources and my resources, like where I buy my stuff. To be honest with you, I don't really go to the Pacific Design Center. I mean, I know some designers do. I everything can be done digitally, and the best prices. First of all, Amazon is just the power shopping center of the world, right? Like everybody sells on Amazon.
Like 50% of the sales in the world, or at least in our country, because everybody goes to Amazon.
Or probably more. Yeah. I would say maybe even more, because everybody sells on Amazon. So
will they deliver a toilet for free or for free shipping if you're a Prime member?
Oh yeah, get that Prime membership.
Yeah, I have one. Oh, for sure.
Oh, it pays for itself 100 times.
Yeah. I can't tell you. That's one of the reasons. Okay, for instance, like Build.com. That's owned by Ferguson. Build.com, the same. They sell on Amazon. Walmart's on there, like Wayfair's on there. Everybody is on there. Sometimes
Amazon
you don't even know.
Amazon is more of a shipping company too, because if you ever notice how you'll buy something that's like 2 feet by 1 feet and it comes in a box 3 feet by 4 feet, they don't care what box they put in. They know how many of each size box fits into a truck, like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yes.
So they need 7 mediums and 4 larges and 2 small. So it's all about filling that truck to capacity. And
but also, I want to go back to something that we talked about just 2 minutes ago about my curtains, and it's not about my curtains, it's about curtains in general. Because oftentimes when you go to IKEA or you go to the actual store, Bed Bath & Beyond, they don't have those longer sizes. But if you go to the website, they'll have the longer sizes. Because I've been to the actual store, and it goes to like 84, and I think the tallest one's like 96.
96,
and then it goes to like 108, which is not at the store, and then it goes 120, 132, etc.
Yeah.
But
wow, you're a pro.
I'm
going to put you in charge of window coverings.
They have 25 by 96 or 50 by. I'm telling you, honestly, it's a big deal, because I don't like it when it's even that much too short. Like, it just is not going to. I like it to be puddled a little, tiny.
Yeah.
Or right to the ground.
That look too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess my point is that if you do go to the actual store and you're not finding it, check their online site, because they have the longer sizes online.
Yes. I really do. If I'm needing to save money, then Bed Bath & Beyond, really, they've always got those sign up for like their mailing lists and stuff. You always get those 20% off coupons there.
And by the way, even if it's expired on the coupon, they still let you use it.
But their curtains are actually really nicely made.
Really?
They usually have linings and everything. The fabrics are nice. You can find some decent, and most of their fabrics are going to be like washable. So it's not like, but you can even find some silk there too. So, can
I show you a picture of the ones I got last night?
Yeah,
I need your approval right now. Right? Well, no, because I wanted like a pewter color, and so.
Oh, pretty. I'm already getting a vision. Oh, gorgeous.
That's the color.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay. Where are you putting those?
Julie's downstairs. I raised the what are they called? The rods all the way to the ceiling, because it makes the room look bigger.
It does. See, we're going to have, Cory's going to be teaching the course right here, because she literally just taught us. That is absolutely true. If you bring your rods up, I usually will bring them down about 4 inches from the ceiling.
What I did
It brings your eye up and makes your room appear taller.
Completely. And it literally changed the whole...
And you can put a mirror in the room, and it doubles the size of the room.
Yes.
There's one already there. But...
Now, mirrors are important.
You have to be careful with floor-length mirrors, though, because you could accidentally walk into another dimension. So you always put them at least, a foot above the thing.
Okay.
Well, mirrors, you always want to think, and I love to decorate with mirrors, too. You want to think about... And a lot of times I see this, it's like a kind of a mistake that some people make, is you have to think about what the mirror is reflecting. So wherever you put it, you want it to be reflecting something. Your garden, your, something pretty in your house, the fireplace, like, something. So think about that wherever you place your mirrors. Yes, because it does become like you're painting. It becomes like art.
And 2 of you are way better than 1 of you, right? So,
exactly.
Well, it's funny because years ago when I moved into the home that I'm in now, that like big mirror I have that's like round.
Yes, that I love. Yes, by the way,
I love that.
On the wall?
Huh?
Does it talk back to you? Mirror, mirror on the wall?
No, it doesn't, Bob. Thank you, though.
That's a good idea, though.
Mirror, mirror on the wall?
Yeah, like maybe
Yeah, you need to get an evil mirror for your house. That would really, really make your house
What
pop.
was really funny is when you first walked into my house, it was right there. And I had a friend come over who was a designer, and she was picking up her kid or something, and she comes in and she goes, "That's not supposed to be there." And I'm like, "Oh, where's it go? I don't know. It was just kind of leaning there." She goes, "It needs to be over there." And she literally, that one move of the mirror made a total difference in the placement of this mirror. And I would have never thought to put it where she put it, but it did make sense, and it looks amazing there.
Yeah.
And so for me, designers and people like yourself are so valuable in the sense that even one tiny little suggestion can create a totally different room than what you had.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's just, if we're talking about like just decor and furnishings and stuff, a lot of times it's just decluttering. And like you said, just repositioning things. Another like little tip is paint. So one of my like little tricks is taking the same wall paint up onto the ceiling. Now, not if it's like a bright blue or something. I tend to like softer, more muted colors on my walls, me personally, because I like to make the furnishings and the tile and the wood floors and things like that pop in the space. But taking that color all the way from your walls and up onto your ceiling, the same color, gives you the same effect as bringing your curtains up. It continues to bring your eye up. So especially if you have shorter ceilings, maybe an older house, that's a little trick. Use, pure white from Sherwin-Williams is my favorite white.
I always
Absolute
say
favorite white.
go, and Chantilly lace for a trim is beautiful as well.
Chantilly lace is pretty. It's got a little bit more yellow. It's got a tad bit of, it's a little creamier, but it's beautiful too.
I just lost every guy listener to this podcast.
No, actually, this is not.
There's no guy that knows the difference between white and Chantilly lace.
They do actually, but builders and contractors do, and honestly, like I've had designers say, it's just white walls, and then you build the color from there, and it's very simple and elegant and makes the room big, and it is really. I agree with you on that.
That's kind of like how I like a really neutral palette, and then I like to have fun with tile. Well, the tile right now is so much fun. Color, there's so much color going on. It's kind of like
you can accent with flowers or pillows or pictures. One painting with full of colors in a neutral room can be a focal point or create that environment.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
it's exciting. Designing is exciting. I get overwhelmed with it, but when I talk to someone like you, it helps me create. Does that make instead of just looking in a book or it's just helpful when you can bounce things off of someone.
Yeah. So I've given everyone like a workbook. And then I always put that, so they'll need to print that and put that into a project book. And then, section it off with all the different sections. But that's exactly how I do it, because that just simplifies everything. And it allows you to easily find something when you need it. Like, let's say you need to give your contractor a spec on an appliance or something. Oh, well, let me go to my book under kitchen, under appliances. It's right here. Now you know how big the sink is, or how big the range is, or the requirements for installation or whatever. So in the workbook, I even give a whole section on how to break down a space design wise. So I've given all the tools.
What would the biggest mistake that someone makes would be going into a renovation if it's their first time? Obviously, you don't make those same mistakes twice, right?
You hope not.
You hope not. But what would the biggest mistake be?
Not being organized in the beginning, not really getting your budget down and your budget numbers down. You have to be accurate with that. You can't guess. You have to take the time. So if you take that time in the beginning to get your floor plan, everything the way you want it, hire your crew, then set your budget and set a realistic budget. And I always put 10 to 15% contingency.
I was going to say, just for anything that might
I
pop
take that
up.
total number and I put 10 to 15% to it. And I'll tell you, I use it every time.
Yeah.
You will
There's
use it.
Extras and add-ons.
Yeah.
and
You
stuff,
just
yeah.
never know. And then also right now, we're still dealing with COVID stuff. It's not going away anytime soon. It has messed up logistics, products. I just had an issue with Sub-Zero. They're out of a certain metal piece that they need, so therefore they can't finish building a refrigerator. So it's a year away, So there's still a lot of supply chain things that we're going through. So that contingency, you need it.
Yes.
So I would probably say now I would build in 15% for sure.
I'd have to agree on
Yeah.
that. Even honestly, I keep referring back to this last night with those curtains, but everything was sold out.
Yeah.
That's why I got those because I thought I better get these while I can, because in 2 more days it's just going to be sold out.
Yeah.
And it's never been that hard to get product like that, but hopefully that will ease up soon here.
I hope so.
And here, you
Yeah.
can keep this in, Kate.
I
That's
know.
Our editor.
But I also teach how to create what I do, and with every project is I create a vision wish list. And so I've given them all the instructions and the tools to that. So that's where you start at the front of your house if it's a renovation, and you literally write everything down. Okay, everything that you're seeing. Oh, I'm seeing discoloration on the ceiling. Okay, well, that probably means there was a leak, there is a leak. Okay, write it down, right? Every little thing that you're envisioning that you want to see changed, put it down. Then the next step is to go and to rate those from 1 to 3. 1 being absolutely stain on ceiling, got to fix that. There's broken pipe or something. No matter what, we've got to put new drywall. So that's a priority number 1. Number 2 are those things that are next in line that okay, I really want to open up, the family room to the kitchen. That's really important to me. Give that a 2. Number 3 are, okay, the cabinets are good, but, I'd like to change them if I can in my budget. And so then you go and you put that now in your separate list, and then you put together your budget. And that's where you can really define, you have to do those number 1s, without question. The number 2s are, okay, those are stronger than the number 3s. So you're going to get 1 and 2 in there probably. The 3s, you're going to cherry pick.
Okay.
Unless you can afford all of it, then that's great. But I kind of teach that process too. And then you set your budget. Then it's realistic. Then you know what you're doing. And then you can move forward with a plan. Because it all starts with a plan.
It does start with a plan. You're absolutely right. And so when someone goes to your site, homerenovationschool.com, and they sign up, what are they signing up for? Like a 6-month membership? Or I'm not sure how it works. I haven't yet, but I'm going to, because I'm going to learn, and I'm going to hopefully within a year have my bathroom redone and renovated. And I know there's a lot I can do myself, right?
Yeah.
So
there's 2 ways. I came up with a membership, so you can do that month to month membership. I figure that most people will probably stay in the school if they do the membership while they complete their project. But hey, if you just need 3 months or a couple months, I'm not holding back modules or anything like that. It's all there.
Yeah.
So you can get the material. You can't download the videos, but you can watch them as many times as you want. You get the workbook and all my cheat sheets and all of that immediately. You can download all of that. And so there's that way. Or you can pay a one-time fee that just gives you lifetime access to the
that's
modules.
Great.
Yeah.
That's
and I have other fun stuff that I'm going to be adding. So along the way, what I'm building here more is like a community to really educate, for people to connect, help each other. I'll be there to help and, bring in other experts. I'm going to do a section I have planned next year on acquisitions alone, because acquisitions is so important.
Yes.
Understanding how to buy something at the right price, how to vet a property, and how to set that budget for that renovation. I call it a down and dirty. So there's a down and dirty budget that I do when I'm assessing a property. But again, that comes a little bit with experience, but I will be teaching that in the future too. So people that are flipping really know Don't listen to the wholesalers who are telling you, oh, it's X amount of dollars and it's this renovation budget's $20,000. I'm like, no, it's not. It's 80. Like I can look at it like it's not 20, it's 80.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now the numbers don't work on the property. And a lot of people who are trying to flip, that's what happens. They listen, to the wholesalers or a realtor telling them, oh yeah, it's only this amount. No, it's not. You really have to understand how much things cost and lay out a budget and then work all your numbers, and you have to equate in the holding costs and time also to determine if it's a property that's going to be profitable as a flip. So
Julie, I've known you for a long time, and I'm like sitting here, my head spinning, because if I were the head of a network or, I don't know, Netflix or, I'm just saying this, I would be like jumping all over this and your idea to have a show. Because not only could you do like, home renovation school, but I'm immediately thinking of those houses that everybody on the planet has heard of that are for $1 in Italy. But yeah, they're $1 in Italy, these mansions, but you have to maintain them from I guess I don't want to say Italian consulate, but whatever it is over there. That's the government.
Usually it's a local government. But
right, but it'd be so cool to see you go get on a plane and go do something like that. And
I'd love to.
I know.
You could come with me.
I'll go.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Italian.
We could do it.
I'm there.
Our kids are now grown. We're
I
empty
know.
nesters. We can do it.
you have to learn centimeters.
Let's go build it.
Oh, who cares?
Oh, that's fine. Everything's online. You can just use your phone.
You'll order 120 and it'll be 4 feet because it's 120 centimeters as opposed to.
No, but honestly, this is something that people I would love to. It's not what was that? Extreme makeover. This is like details in.
And maybe we'll find a prince there too while we're at it.
I heard the Sistine Chapel needs a makeover. Can you, a renovation? Can you paint over all those walls that have been there for centuries and really get a good, solid foundation coat on that ceiling?
I started out in design by painting wall murals.
Did you?
So you're onto something.
Did you really?
Yeah. That's how I started. Painting wall murals and faux finishes, Venetian plaster.
Okay, I love Venetian plaster. It looks really beautiful.
Did you paint it into the plaster?
No.
There's a way to do it where you can paint it into the plaster and it becomes part of the wall.
I'm not Michelangelo.
You're Julee Ireland.
But I have I love to paint watercolor, and so I have a very watercolor kind of style. I mix my own glazes. It's very light and airy. I don't have a heavy hand. But that's how I got started. And I painted a wall mural for a manager of a company that contracted with all the big builders like D.R. Horton and Shea and Toll. And I ended up interviewing for that. And then that was it. Like the rest was history.
That's amazing. Well, I'm going to say this. I've been to Julie's house, as I stated earlier, and you have one of the most, this is so weird, but one of the most beautiful homes, but one of the most beautiful Christmas trees I've ever seen. I was like, who puts a Christmas tree together like that? It was so beautiful. And
Thank you. I love Christmas and decorating. I've got lights everywhere.
You've got those, what are those they called?
Christmas balls?
No. What are they? The
angels.
Nutcrackers.
Yes.
I have nutcrackers. I have a whole nutcracker. I've been collecting them.
Yes.
My mom started that, collecting the nutcrackers.
Ever seen the nutcracker?
My daughter was in it many times.
Yes. My daughter was a dancer too, and danced ropes.
She's
it's about the Ukrainian Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Detmaros and.
I could watch the Nutcracker like over and over again. I love it. It's magnificent. Yeah. And the one that we have here in Thousand Oaks, Pacific Festival Ballet, that's where my daughter used to dance ballet and dance many of her. I mean, it's just incredible. That Nutcracker, I've been to all of them. I've been to the New York Ballet. I mean, it's still my favorite. Her rendition of it is still my favorite. I love it.
Well, I highly recommend anyone listening to check out homerenovationsschool.com. I'm going to sign up, Julie, because I want to learn. I actually don't want someone to just come in and do my bathroom. I really want to learn. I really want to do it.
Yeah, it's fun.
And oddly enough, like something like this. This is just really quickly, and then I know we're on a time. Have you ever been to 3rd Street Promenade?
Yeah.
Do you know the concrete in 3rd Street Promenade with the sparkle in it?
Yes.
That's what I want to do on my bathroom floor.
Oh, nice.
And then I want to put like a glaze over it, not too slippery, obviously, bathroom floor. But
Well, concrete's really heavy, so then you get into structural. But there are tiles that have that look. So I'll
Really?
just tell you what tiles that you can get that same look.
Ooh, okay, so I didn't even think about that because I would be pouring concrete.
Yeah.
Probably bring the whole house down.
Bring the house down.
I would have, but I love the look, and I am a person that does. I don't like. I almost said something that I'm so glad I didn't. I don't like grout. The grout in between a tile.
Yeah, so you just have
Because
to get a rectified tile, so totally square porcelain tile,
They're the strong,
and then
it's called rectum tile. That's what you just say that, they know exactly what you're talking
rectify-
about.
then you can do a
tile.
butt joint, and then you can get
See,
rid of
butt
that.
joint, you ask for rectum tile
See?
with
I
a butt
love
joint.
her.
And
See?
they know
I just
exactly
love
what
you,
you're doing.
Julie.
Yeah,
Julie,
I got all the
Julie.
terms.
You do.
here.
Well, we'll talk. I'm so glad that you came today. We're going to
Rectum
ask
tile is a
you.
big hole in the middle usually, right?
Yes.
Kate, can you edit all of that out?
No, leave
please?
that in, Kate.
So I want to just ask you quickly. I know that we're
Yeah.
running out of time. I can spend all day with you, and I'm so happy to see you. I know it's been a while.
Thank you.
Everything going on, but
I know.
3 words that describe you.
Oh my goodness, energy, perseverance for sure, and fun.
And yes, I mean, I could go on and on with you because I just love you so much. We did a Rorschach test, but we've gotten rid of that thanks to me. And
It's coming back.
then implemented the word association test. So I'm going to say one word, and you're going to just give me the first word that pops to mind. Like
Okay.
hammer,
Nail.
bathroom,
Toilet.
teaching,
Knowledge.
construction.
Crazy.
Yes, right? Cheerleading,
Fun.
self-help,
Oh, self-help.
Not fun.
Spiritual.
Spiritual?
Yeah.
or homerenovationschool.com.
Oh, yes, that works too. HomeRenovationSchool.com.
Yes. Design.
Oh, creative.
All great answers. Quick. She's sharp. Like
Fast.
so- yes.
You're like the first person who's done it where you just word,
Boom,
word,
boom,
yeah,
boom.
think about it
Yes.
and- okay.
She gets it done. That's why I like her projects are
Self-help.
successful.
I thought book, spiritual. No, I think it is kind of spiritual, right? When you're helping yourself.
You are.
You're
It
like
is
digging
spiritual.
deep.
Yes, you are. And one of the things I love about you, there's many things, is that you have an idea and you implement action and you make things happen. And so we're always talking about that on the show because everybody has the ability to do that. Ideas come through people's minds, everyone's mind. And everyone. And so, you know, everybody has gifts and talents, and it's really just putting that thought to action. And do you want me to cut my hair?
The
Is that
first
what you're going
step-
to
2
do?
minutes.
The first.
This.
I'm a hairstylist, so that
This
means
is 2 minutes.
scissors to
I like
me.
that. It's 2 minutes.
The first step to action, really, and what I do and is putting it on paper. So it's pen to paper. So you take it from here, you'll put it down. That's your action. That's your intention that propels you forward. And that's anybody can do that.
It doesn't. It's much like a grocery list. If you know you need
Yeah.
mayonnaise, you're going to put it down. Then you're going to go take that list. You're going to go to the store
Yes.
and buy it and make it happen.
That's
So,
right. Make it happen, Captain.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Okay, so one last question.
Okay.
Who, I would say celebrity crush, but
Say it.
okay, I'm going to ask 2 questions to Julie then. Who's your celebrity crush?
I'm not really into celebrities.
I
So
know
who's your
her.
crush? Celebrity or not
No,
celebrity?
it's
You know Steve that works at Starbucks?
Well, I do think that Derek guy's really cute.
oh yes,
The dancing contractor.
Darren O'Keefe.
The dancing
He's cute.
contractor?
Yeah, because he's a dancer. I keep thinking maybe I need to do a dance off with him.
Actually, while we were doing this interview, I thought that he should be one of your guests on your home renovation school because he does all woodwork and all. He's like you could have like people.
Oh, I would. Oh, he would be amazing
Right.
because he's like trim, woodwork, and
Yeah.
wow, and his work is beautiful. Could you guys find him for me,
I
please?
know him, and that's it. I'll set that
Oh.
up.
There we go.
But I know who influenced you the most, but who was your biggest influencer?
You mean for like home renovation and stuff?
Just in general in life.
Oh, that would probably be my husband, my late husband, Mike Baker.
Yes. He definitely.
He inspired me so much. He was my biggest cheerleader. Don't make me cry.
I'm not. I'm trying. I'm sorry, but
he was my biggest cheerleader.
You know.
He like the home renovation school really happened because he planted that seed the last 3 months before he passed. Like we talked about it daily. And he kept saying, with my Instagram, he would ask me, how many followers do you have? And I'd be like, I have 22,301. And he'd be like, yay, now monetize on that.
No. Yeah.
And when I looked back at our text string from the last year, every day, I didn't realize, sometimes when you're going through tragedy and you're going through tragic moments in your life, you're not able to see everything that's going on or all the messages yet. It wasn't meant to be seen yet, but wow, I see it now. I just remember just every day he said that to me. And I was like, well, I have to do this.
And on that note, I love that you're honoring him in so many ways, and all the knowledge and wisdom and guidance and that he gave you, you're able to kind of carry it through. And this is sort of a little bit of his legacy too, this Home Renovation School. Sorry.
Now I'm getting emotional.
Okay, well, you know what? It's a gift, and I remember him.
It is.
And
he's
was a lovely
such
man.
a beautiful.
We'll just dedicate this show to him today.
Yes, to Mike Baker.
Yes.
He's up there going, woo, woo.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Julie, I love you. Thank you so much for coming in and
thank you for
spending
having
this
me.
time. I love you so much, and I'm so
love you
excited
too.
for you.
Episodes to get me in here. I live right down the street.
Well, we will certainly be following
I was on your other show in the first 10.
Your career, and I want to say it now. I'll be the one that comes with you to Italy when we do that $1 mansion.
That is such a great idea.
I'm telling
That'd be a great show.
Because people get into it and they go,
Free
wait.
trip to Italy. What a great idea.
Gosh. Well, not only that. Well, first of all, who doesn't love Italy?
Right.
Or France? We could do France too. But I mean, to be able to take something like that and really the history, understand the history of things, and I'd love to study that because I'm such a nerdy girl too.
Yes.
And then rebuild it, like bring it back to its original form.
Codes and laws, but what I understand, I know someone who actually bought one. They're like, oh yeah, it was like $3 or whatever, and they get there and they lived there for 5 years and they froze. They had no AC, you got to a real sense of how they lived back then. And these, you can't tear anything down. You have to keep it in
candles
its
and
form.
fires,
right? So
like that, lots of fireplaces.
Yeah. So that's like a whole other episode and show.
Right.
Anyway, we look forward to following you and your career and seeing that show on some network. And we can't thank you enough. And happy holidays to you.
I love you. Happy holidays.
And we're out.
The Coriolis Effect is produced by Jazz Productions. Producers Cory Oliver and Bob Victor. Host Cory Oliver. Editor Bob Victor. And assistant editor Kate Bonsall.
Hi guys, I'm Cory Oliver, and thank you for watching The Coriolis Effect. We hope you enjoyed the previous episode. Here are some more episodes you might enjoy. Hit the subscribe button below, and have a great day.